It's 2 a.m. You're staring at your textbook or maybe your resume. The room is quiet, but your mind is shouting. A single thought is suffocating you. If I quit now, I have wasted 3 years of my life. Your chest feels heavy. You remember the fees your parents paid, the coaching, hostel, laptop, and all those relatives who proudly announced your course before you had even understood it yourself. You imagine telling your family that this degree, exam, or career path no longer feels right. Immediately, your brain creates a full family drama. Now, what will people say? Why did you not realize this earlier? Do you want to start from zero? And there you are, awake at 2 a.m. Not because you do not care about your future, but because you care so much that you are terrified of making another wrong decision. Hi, I'm Kapeel Gupta, and welcome back to the Kapeel Gupta Career PodShow. So today's episode is called Did I Waste 3 Years? And How to Change Career After the Wrong Degree. Now, this episode is for the engineering students secretly watching design tutorials, the commerce graduate reading about psychology, the medical aspirant who feels no joy in preparation, and the professional whose Monday morning feeling is not respectable at all. Hi, I'm Kapeel Gupta, and my mission is to help people discover their true potential and create lives of purpose and fulfillment. As a human potential mentor, graphotherapist, and founder of Study Abroad Academy, I've spent over 2 decades helping students, parents, and professionals gain clarity, confidence, and direction. Because the future doesn't change when you choose a different career, it changes when you become a better version of yourself. So let me introduce you to Aditya. At 18, Aditya chose engineering. He did not hate it then. He barely knew what engineering work actually looked like. He liked computers, scored well in mathematics, and had heard engineering keeps your options open. Now, his parents were happy, the neighbors approved, the admission happened, mission accomplished. During the first year, Aditya managed. During the second, he became bored. And by the third, he was spending more time creating videos for college clubs than working on technical projects. Whenever he edited a video, designed a campaign, or wrote a script, he forgot to check the time. Whenever he opened certain engineering subjects, even the wall became interesting. But Aditya refused to listen to this pattern. He told himself, I've already spent 3 years here. Now that sentence trapped him more than the course did. Now there's a name for what Aditya was feeling. Yes, the sunk cost effect, often called the sunk cost fallacy. It is the tendency to continue with the decision mainly because you have already invested time, money, or effort in it, even when continuing may no longer be the best choice. Imagine you buy a movie ticket. After 30 minutes, the film is terrible, but you stay because you paid for it. Will sitting through another 2 hours bring the money back? No. It only adds 2 unhappy hours to the money already spent. A degree is obviously a much bigger decision. You should not quit impulsively after one difficult semester or one bad manager. But the question remains, am I continuing because this path is still right, or only because I have already spent time on it? So let's correct the mathematics. You did not necessarily waste 3 years. You paid 3 years of tuition to learn what interests you, what drains you, how you work, what skills you have, and perhaps who you are not. Now, that is not a total loss. That is Data. You may have learned communication, discipline, teamwork, research, presentation, or independence. You may have discovered an industry you do not want. Now, that information is valuable when used wisely. The real waste is not always the last 3 years. The real waste could be choosing the next 30 years only to defend the last three. Now, that does not mean everyone should abandon their degree. Sometimes the answer is to finish it and pivot. And sometimes it is to change specialization, take a break, or test another field beside the current course. The goal is not rebellion, the goal is an informed second decision. So here's the hard hitting truth: your degree is an option, not a life sentence. It's part of your story. It doesn't have to become the entire plot. The job market itself keeps changing. The World Economic Forum reports that employers expect 39% of workers' core skills to change by 2030. So even people who chose the right degree may need to reskill. The future does not reward only the person who never changes direction. It rewards the person who keeps learning and adapts intelligently. Careers are not clean boxes. Skills can travel even when job titles change. So you're not always starting from zero. You may be starting from experience. Aditya's engineering years taught him deadlines, presentations, and working with technical teams. His college projects developed storytelling and audience understanding. And when he considered digital content strategy, he was not deleting 3 years, he was combining two parts of himself. So your past can become a foundation without becoming a prison. And now comes the uncomfortable part. No one is coming to rescue you from a choice you made when you were 18. Parents can support you, mentors can guide you, career counselors can assess and clarify, but eventually you have to choose again. At 18, you may have chosen based on marks, family advice, social respect, or limited information. Now, that does not make you foolish, it makes you 18. But once you recognize that the path is not fitting, pretending forever becomes your responsibility. Many students ask, what will people think? People may talk for a week. One relative may make a face. Someone may forward the story with added details because free data is never respected in family groups. Then they will return to their own lives. You have to wake up inside your career for decades. Do not give a temporary audience permanent control over your life. And at the same time, do not confuse discomfort with mismatch. Every meaningful career has boring tasks, rejection, and periods of doubt. Ask whether you dislike the temporary struggle or the actual nature of the work. A student may hate exam pressure but still love medicine. A lawyer may dislike one toxic firm but still enjoy law. An engineering student may dislike theory but love product building. So before changing direction, understand what is wrong. Is it the subject, work environment, pressure, college, your mental health, or the way you are studying, or the career itself? Clarity must come before courage. Otherwise, you may escape one confusing path and enter another. So Aditya made one smart decision. He did not announce at dinner, I'm leaving engineering to become the next global creative genius. He tested the new direction. He completed a short course in content strategy. He managed a campaign for a student organization. He spoke with professionals, created a small portfolio, and took one freelance assignment. The work was not glamorous. The client changed the brief 3 times. A video he loved received weak engagement. He discovered that creative careers also involve spreadsheets and people saying, make it more viral. But despite the challenges, he remained curious, and that was evidence. Do not fall in love only with the public image of a career. Test its daily work. If you want design, create real projects. If you want coding, build something small. And if you want entrepreneurship, try selling one useful service before printing founder and CEO on your profile. Your new career should survive contact with reality. So tomorrow morning, take one page. Write the name of the one career you keep researching when you should be studying or working. Just one. Then write why it attracts you. Do you enjoy the actual work or the lifestyle you imagine comes with it? Next, identify the smallest experiment you can complete within 7 days. Watch a credible tutorial, complete an affordable course, speak with one professional, create one sample, or study real job descriptions. Do not make an emotional 3 lakh commitment at 2:15 a.m. Make a small test. Then ask what evidence would tell you to give. Did the work energize you? Were you curious when it became difficult? Could you imagine practicing this skill for years? And also ask what evidence might challenge the fantasy. Maybe you love a career's image but dislike its daily work. That is useful information too. A career experiment is not designed to prove your dream right. It is designed to discover the truth. So, for Indian students, a career pivot often includes a family conversation. Do not begin with, "You ruined my life." Your parents may have guided you with the best information they had. Blame creates defense, evidence creates discussion. Explain what you have learned. Present the alternative path, qualification, cost, time, job roles, and backup plan. Share the experiments you completed. Say, "I'm not asking you to run away from hard work. I'm asking to redirect my hard work after careful testing." Remember, you may have thought about this for 6 months. Your parents may be hearing it for the first time during dinner. Give them time. Bring a neutral career expert into the conversation when needed. A serious pivot has a bridge, not just an exit. So let us return to Aditya. He completed his degree because he was close to graduation, but he stopped treating it as an order for the rest of his life. He built a portfolio, found an internship in digital content, and later moved into brand strategy for a technology company. Did engineering become useless? No. It helped him understand technical products and communicate with engineers. The degree he once saw as a mistake became part of his advantage. You may finish the degree, transfer, pause, or combine your old field with a new one. The answer is personal, but the central truth remains. You did not waste 3 years simply because you changed direction. You may have completed chapter 1. Now you must decide whether you will keep rereading it out of guilt or begin chapter 2 with clarity. Stop romanticizing a future that is making you miserable in the present, but also stop making major decisions only because one night feels heavy. Pause, assess, test, discuss, plan, and then choose. A wrong first choice does not destroy a life. Refusing to choose again can. So before tomorrow ends, write down the one career you secretly research. Then take the smallest real step to test it this week, not someday, this week. One tutorial, one project, one conversation, one course, 1 hour of honest exploration. And now, let me speak directly to the student or graduate or parent listening. A career pivot should not be driven only by frustration. It should be built on aptitude, interest, personality, values, and real career information. Through my career counseling program, I help students and career aspirants understand whether they need a complete change, a specialization shift, a new course, a better strategy, or renewed clarity within their present path. Together, we map the right careers, qualifications, colleges, skills, and a practical transition plan. If you're silently asking, "Did I waste 3 years?" message me the words Chapter 2. Let us understand what you have learned and what still fits and what your next step could be. You're not starting from zero. You're starting from experience. So this is Kapeel Gupta and you're listening to the Kapeel Gupta Career PodShow. You did not waste 3 years. You just finished chapter 1. Time to write chapter 2. See you next time.